Take advantage of the Boxing King Media discount at BYD Sheffield. You can get this amazing car for £269 per month with a £269 deposit. Details in the description.
Boxing King Media powered by BYD. Mr. Johnathon Banks, trainer of Chris EUBANK Jr. Second press conference. I'm sure you've been a part of a lot of big fight nights, big build-ups. Where does this kind of compare to what you've seen so far?
I mean, it compares with the best of them because they're giving the public what they love. They want drama, they want attitude, they want violence, and that's what they're giving them leading up to a big fight.
I'm assuming, because there's been a lot of talk about who knew about the eggs and who did what, etc. But just to put it out there, I'm guessing you had no idea.
I just work here. That's all I can say. I just work here, man. I got no idea what's going on, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is now. Everybody know about it now.
Were you working with one of the Klitschko's when Chisora, I don't know if he spat at one of them or slapped one of them? You must have been there.
Derek Chisora slapped Vitaly, and he spit in Vladimir's face. That's the same fight though.
Yeah.
So the way-in, he slapped him, and then in the center of the ring before the fight started, he spit water in his face.
You've seen the extremes, so an egg, I'm guessing, is probably like way down the order.
I mean, this is nothing compared to the stuff that I've seen and been a part of. So I'm like, but it is exciting to see all this passion in the sport of boxing. It's very rare you get this much a sport where you have this much passion, and it's okay to be violent because that's why everybody's coming to the sport anyway, because it's violent.
I definitely agree. How's this been received in the States? I know you must have spoken to your friends and family in the States. How's this fight been received over there?
You say how?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't I can't speak for anyone else, but I mean, I think it's been received like any other fight, you know what I'm saying? Because what you have is it's almost like a grudge. Anytime you get a grudge match, it's always good for the sport. I think this fight is more healthier for the country of England than anything else because it's getting so many other people and little kids back interested in the sport, especially as they highlight it so much like they're doing this week.
Indeed. And their father's rivalry would have been like just an era just before yours, just before you wrapped up your career. Did you pay much attention to the EUBANK Junior, EUBANK Senior, Ben conflict and the fights when you was over in the States?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you can't help but to have, because especially when you have other people you like in that division, you know the division that they're in. So, I mean, everybody was well aware of it, but I think it's the main reason it's so big here because they both is like homegrown guys.
Yeah, I definitely agree. One of the things I wanted to ask you, as you're Chris's trainer, his dad did a video the other day and he was talking about his boxing style. You're probably the best person to answer this. And he was basically highlighting that he felt he'd gone backwards since he worked with Roy and he was trying to box off reflexes like Roy when that's not his style. Just want to get your viewpoint on that. Do you think he changed his style? And if so, are you going to do something different or do you go back to the EUBANK Junior that we saw in the early days where he'd come out, throw like 20 uppercuts type of thing?
Oh, all I can say as far as that goes, my job is to see what he do best and to pull the best out of him. I mean, so whatever that is, that's what he's going to display on fight night. So we're going to be repetitive. We're going to repeat everything he do good. We're going to repeat it as many times as possible until it becomes a part of his DNA. And we go keep pushing forward from there. But what a teacher does is they see what the fighter does best and add to it. And that's all I'm here to do.
You will have seen a lot of opinions on Chris. I mean, a lot of trainers throughout his time as a boxer. How do you kind of take that as somebody who's obviously got the job now? I know you worked with him before, but a lot of people highlight that and say, why does he keep changing trainers? I don't know if you can maybe give your own viewpoint from your own boxing experience and obviously being his coach now.
Man, I can't answer that question of why he keeps changing trainers, but I can't answer the question, but one thing I know is that you know, I'm here now. So just that we got some things we're working on. It's coming together quite well, and we will keep working on it.
I just want to get your reaction to, you know, the moment the egg was splattered on his face. I think you was probably one of the coolest people in the room. Everybody else was trying to get hands on each other. You kind of just stayed calm. I'm guessing if push came to shove, you're ready for any smoke.
I mean, I've been in part of worse situations, so it was nothing to get riled up about. But only thing I was surprised at is Conor Ben's father said that he ain't worried about nobody being in there with his son. His son is so strong, he's this, he's that. And once the egg thing happened, he had to be held back more than anybody because he wanted to fight because someone put an egg on his son. I'm like, if he was that big and strong and that dominant, I would think that he just would sit there and watch and let his son react instead of him reacting for his son. But that's just my observation, though.
And just on that, your further observation on you fought the heavier weights. So you will have fought people that are maybe a stone heavier or maybe 10, 15 pounds heavier. How much of a difference or factors that play in the fight, especially with these two, when Chris will probably be weighing, I'm guessing 20 pounds more on fight night?
Well, the thing about it is, if you ask for this fight, if I ask to fight someone, if I ask to fight a giant, I'm not allowed to have any comment about how big the giant is once I agreed to fight him. Now, if I said, no, you too big, I can go around and talk about you all I want to. But if I agreed to fight you and guaranteed I'm gonna beat you, why will what good is it gonna do to talk about your size? All I'm doing is showing everybody how doubtful I am. Once you agree to the fight, I don't care if you're hurt, you walk to the ring, once the bell ring, if your foot broke, it doesn't matter. Nobody cares about excuses. Only thing that matters is your results. That's it. That's all like when you read if you read that's why I like BoxRec. All BoxRec is gonna say if you won or if you lost, or if you got a decision, or if you got a draw. That's it. They ain't gonna give no excuse. They ain't gonna say his arm was hurt, he couldn't compete, but he gave a good effort. BoxRec don't do that. They can say whether he won or lost or got a draw. That's what it's all about. At the end of the day, if you preparing for a fight, you can't prepare for excuses. Prepare to fight, prepare to win. If you don't win, hey man, congratulations. If you win, hey, congratulations. If you lose, congratulate your opponent and keep going. That's what boxing is all about. Everybody want to rely on hanging their hat on excuses. No, excuses only satisfy the person that's given. It doesn't satisfy the crowd. So all I can tell anybody, put your best foot forward and fight. If you wasn't healthy before you fought, don't talk about your health after the fight. You know what I'm saying? That's the bottom line to it. But that's my opinion about it. Because it doesn't matter. You shouldn't have took the fight if you wasn't 100%. If you felt the person was too big, you shouldn't have took the fight. But you take the fight, don't say nothing about the weight, go fight them. If you saying you could beat them, go beat them.
That's proper wisdom and knowledge speaking there. Last question, how does it end? Is it a knockout or is it a points victory?
Well, I'll tell you this. I work with fighters. I train for knockouts.
Manual Stewart way?
You know, that's the Manual Stewart way. We don't get paid by the hour, we don't get paid by the round. So we train for knockouts because that's the only guarantee that you can win. You can't guarantee decisions. So we train for knockouts. That's what we're working for.
Mr. Johnathon Banks, pleasure, brother. Thank you for your time.
My pleasure.
All the best on fight night.
Pleasure.
Thank you.